Hello, hope you've all had a lovely weekend. It's been lovely to see the blue skies and the sun out. And today is our last reading comprehension lesson from home because we will be looking forward to welcoming you all back next Monday in school. So we will get started now with our literacy for today. We're looking at Neil Armstrong today in our reading comprehension. What I would like you to do is pause me and read through the information on this side, and then when you're ready we can look at the questions together. So just remember to pause me and then we can read through our first question. Now, remembering with our questions it's really important that we read them, and sometimes we can read them twice. So question 1, what is Neil Armstrong famous for? So we know we then read the question, go back to the text to find that part of the information. Okay, so have your highlighters and your pencils ready. Okay, for when you're doing it on yours, you won't need to use them on the screen today. Okay, but we will look at this first question. What is Neil Armstrong famous for? So Neil Armstrong was a famous American astronaut. So I could just write astronaut in there, but I must carry on reading because it also says who became the first man on the moon as he stepped off his spacecraft. Okay, so what is Neil Armstrong famous for? You could just put astronaut because he was famous for being an astronaut, but you could be more specific and give that a little bit more information and tell us that he was the first man on the moon. So you can see that I've highlighted astronaut, okay, because it said that Neil Armstrong was a famous American astronaut, or you could put that he was the first man on the moon. Remember when you are writing a sentence to answer a question that you are using capital letters and full stops. That's just something I've noticed when marking in our work that's been sent in. Just please remember that punctuation. And again, I would accept astronaut or the first man on the moon. Question 2, what did Neil Armstrong step off? Okay, so read that question carefully so you know you've understood it. What did Neil Armstrong step off? I know that I didn't read that in the first sentence, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and continue reading from the first one. As he stepped off his spacecraft Apollo 11 onto the ground. Now I've realised that I have read a key word that's in the question, step off. I read stepped off, and he stepped off his spacecraft, which I've just underlined there for you, and then I can copy that word spacecraft into my answer. Really important again to always go back and underline. Okay, if you'd have put rocket, okay, which we know he went up into space, we're being very specific and saying spacecraft. So it's important that you take the answer from the text and not what you think. So we've got spacecraft there, and we can then move on to our next question. So question 3, okay, before we read question 3, make sure you've read the information at the side. So his early life, NASA and beyond, and did you know? Pause me, okay, so you can just read through that so we can answer the question together. Question 3, which country was he born in? So that is my question. Which country was he born in? So I know for this question I'm going to have a look at his early life section. So reading through that, which country was he born in? And then I can move across. He was born in 1930 in Ohio in the United States of America. Now I've underlined in Ohio there, and if I was just to write in Ohio, it would be the incorrect answer because it asks me which country. And the country is not Ohio, it is the United States of America. So sometimes we have to use our geography or our science or our history knowledge, okay, when reading, okay, and make sure that we're copying the correct parts. So if you wrote in Ohio in the United States of America, I could mark it correct because you've told me that it was the United States of America, or as I've wrote, the USA, which stands for United States of America. But if you only put Ohio, you're not telling me that that was the country. So you have to be very specific and making sure that you are answering the question. Now let's look at question 4. Okay, which word tells me that he went to university? So which word tells me that he went to university? So I would read through that information again, NASA and beyond. Okay, if I read through there, I've carried on, from the sentence I read last time. He was only 15 years old when he got his first pilot's license. After attending university, he became a test pilot and flew over 200 different aircraft. I've read quite a bit of information. I'm just reading the question again. Which word tells me that he went to university? So I've gone back after attending university. So that word attending means that he's been to, he was going to, he went to university. So it's that understanding of what a word means. So reading comprehension is not always about just copying the answer straight away. It's showing that we understand the vocabulary and what that word means. And I know that attending means that we have been, okay, he's been a student there. When reading more challenging books, it's really important that if you see a new word, you ask your adult what it means. Don't just ignore it, think, oh, that's a new word, and I'm not sure what it means, so I'm going to go back, okay, and check with an adult. It's really important that we read these questions carefully and that we're going and putting the correct answers. What I'd like you to do today is think about which question paper you're going to answer. You may feel as though doing the 1 star, 2 star, 3 star has been working really well, and you continue with that. Really important that when you're reading them, that you are reading these on your own, okay? So you need to be able to read the whole sheet on your own. Maybe a couple of words that you're not sure of, that's fine, okay? But you should be able to read the whole sheet on your own and the questions on your own and answer them on your own. If you're able to do that, then you know you're doing the right one. If you're asking for quite a bit of help, then maybe look at the sheets before, and there's even the year 1 sheet that you can have a look at there as well. That's perfectly fine. Remember, the 3 star sheet is there for what we'd aim to be answering by the summer term. So after Easter, we'd normally be working on that, but because it's been a very different year, okay, we've missed quite a bit of learning. It's perfectly fine if you're going on the year 1 sheet or looking at the 1 star or the 2 star. The 3 star there is the most challenging sheet, so pick the sheet that you can read on your own. There isn't a literacy lesson tomorrow. It's Father John's live streaming of Mass, and the link will be available, and we will see you back on Wednesday for our literacy lesson and World Book Day on Thursday. Have a super day. Bye-bye.